Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of QuaranStream Hangs with the crew here on a special day because, as you can see, my name, PDI, I actually got inspired from Paddy Eye, so I changed it to PDI. And Sean, you should change yours to Shawnee Eye.
I was like, what the fuck?
Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's Matty Eye's birthday today. Happy birthday.
Woo!
Birthday to you.
Thank you, homies.
I got the song ready, Patty. You ready? Are you ready? We're gonna do the Vietnamese style.
We gotta do Vietnamese party song.
Yeah, ready? Here we go. So for Matty Eye, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, we're doing a quick celebration for that man here.
Sean would have heard this a lot drinking outside.
I actually played in the club, full song.
Ngày hôm nay ta cùng họp hắn nơi đây, mọi người bên nhau ta hát mừng sinh nhật. 1, 2, 3 ta cùng thôi tắt nến. Happy birthday to you.
All right, we'll play the full song at the end. But happy birthday, man. How you feel?
Yeah, that's definitely enough of that.
We'll play the Vina House version soon.
Yeah, we'll play the Vina House.
Yes.
And do you feel any different? Do you feel like, you know?
Can we just pretend that we did and not?
No. This is Vina House Vietnam birthday celebration.
It's the way, baby. It's the way. Well, Hump Day, look, boys. Hump Day, and midway through the week, things are looking good. I went for a long ride. Not long ride, but I was outside for a while. I had to get my visa sorted. So there's a lot of running around back and forth, and he's like, just tell me where to go to start with. You come back and say, yep, now cool. Now you got to go to this place. It's like, tell me that, and I'll do it all, and I'll bring it back. Far out.
They just want you going everywhere.
Oh man, they love to give you one step at a time and only half the instructions. So yeah, definitely one of the things in Vietnam is they are not afraid to waste the time. They are not scared of wasting your time.
Take all the time in the world.
I mean, if that's how it is, that's how it is. I mean, I tried messaging, say, hey, I got this, so what do I need? He goes, yep, come back. And then I come back, and it was like, okay, cool. Do you have this? I said, yeah. I said it's on your phone. He goes, I need the original. You said just send me, take a good, a picture of it. I was like, okay. Is that okay? He goes, yep, that's fine. And then later he goes, oh, what about this? I said, send it to you. He goes, yeah, I'm going to need the original. So I had to go home and get the original and come back. Far out.
Jesus Christ.
Kitty, imagine if you had to get it sent from Australia because that's where the original was.
No, well, I had to get my birth certificate done again because Mum couldn't find the one in Oz. So I had to go to the consulate here. So when you get a new one, you have to pay for a new one, and then you have to pay a service to get it translated into Vietnamese.
Of course you do.
So it's authorized and legit with a new stamp. So anyone can make a fake, genuine one, I guess, but the Vietnamese need to cite the original and then do a copy of a translated version, and then that's what they use.
Is the Australian consulate open already, Petey, or when were you there?
No, that was before the whole lockdown thing. I don't know if it's open. I don't think it. They're all by appointment. You can't just walk in.
No, I tried to call them today to see if it was open or not, and I went straight from an X-ray machine that said that it's not open. And the reason that I'm trying to do that is because I'm opening a representative office, ITRC, my visa, for a friend's business, basically, and it's all legit. It's all above board, but basically, the paperwork that's required for that is. Business registration and audited financial statements and things like that, and they need to have all of that authenticated, and stamped. Basically, the same thing as what you're doing or what you're in the process for. But to do that in Australia, you need to have the actual statement. So you need to have the paperwork. Then you need to take it to a power of attorney type person. That's not the word. Like a legalization. That it's like justice of the peace, but one level. And then after that, you have to take it to DFAT, Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. They need to do it, and then
it's a lot of steps.
Sounds like a whole lot of shite.
Have you tried emailing? They're pretty.
in
They're pretty responsive on emailing.
We'll send it there. They need to do it and then physically.
Wow, yeah.
It's horrible.
They've the Vietnamese has rubbed off on them.
Good amount.
Get them out. So let's get some quick COVID updates. So there's some stuff that I'm going to bring up for you guys that we did cover previously. Then there's some follow-ups on it that's come through. But some great news with the vaccine amongst the elderly is that we have seen some great numbers. The vaccines have prevented 250,000 COVID-19 cases and 39,000 deaths among seniors. So that's the stats. So very good that we are getting these elderly and I guess the weaker immune covered in this area. Those are good numbers as well. My parents are now fully vaxxed.
Nice.
Mum just had hers last weekend. So that was first. Mum was done. So I guess Brisbane's a bit more loose compared to Melbourne and Sydney. Like we're still pretty free to roam around.
Yeah.
So so that's on that vaccine front. And do you guys remember we talked about Merck the other day?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Guess who's inked the first deal?
Uh-oh.
Not Vietnam.
First deal of
The
what?
country has inked the first deal, and it's going to the winner is Singapore. Inks deal for antiviral pill to treat COVID-19. It's
Oh, the
variants
pill. Yeah.
with Merck. So I don't know how deep you guys have looked into the pill, but I follow a doctor named Dr. John Campbell. I'll bring his page up in a second, and he's a retired nurse and a teacher, and he's really, really good with information on the current COVID-19 virus alongside the vaccines and antiviral stuff. And he deals with strictly only data that is available from all trusted sources and stuff. And he's a pro-vaccine guy. He talks about a couple of studies that had been looking into this Merck and saying that it's been proven very good and very effective for use when you start to, when you start to feel like you're coming down with something, and then you pop a quick, antibiotic or some sort of antiviral pill. That's when it's had some anywhere between 50 to 86% efficacy on some trials. So, I mean, if that's the case, and Singapore believes that it's good, and they're signing for a reason, because my friend today in Singapore said they got up to 5,000 cases today.
Yeah, I heard they're getting up there.
A lot.
Again.
Oh wow, it's 5,000.
It's a lot. 5,000. Yeah, there were 2,000 yesterday, and there's 5,000 today.
That's huge.
Jesus
Are they? Is there any info on like deaths, or I guess their deaths would
No,
be like almost zero, given that they've all been vaxxed, right?
Yeah, I think they've got the lowest death rate. But they've moved into like the next restriction update was because of these surging cases. They limited people to two-person party now, so you can only meet a second person at this stage. So
What a party,
I know.
eh?
I know it's weird, right? But yeah, that's the latest. And he's just a little bit worried about the kids. He's got two young kids, and he said the thought of them getting swabbed is a little bit frightening at this stage. So we'll try and get away from all that. But this is Dr. John Campbell. So 1.16 million subscribers. So he does daily updates. So this is between this is the ivermectin and the Molnupiravir, whatever it is, thing, the antiviral game changer, natural versus vaccine immunity now and next month. So some really, really good, insightful data that he talks about. He's very old school. Like look at him, he's an old fella, and he still has stuff on a projector, as you can see in his videos. And it's like a projector because he prints stuff out and he talks about it. But they're all about 15, 20-minute videos, but very, very, very good for you, information.
That's awesome.
Because he deals with strictly just science and data, and that's sort of where we're going with everything anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, the last topic on Singapore is with the whole, I guess, lockdown and what they had gone through. They are now more than a quarter of job vacancies in Singapore left unfilled for 6 months or more.
Wow.
So I mean,
There you go.
Pat,
If you're
you
looking for a
work-
job, go to Singapore.
exactly. Pat, you worked there, so I mean, you said it could be expensive, but wages are decent, yeah.
Yeah, it's all relative. I stayed there for 4 years. It's quite expensive if you stay right in the middle of the city. But if you sort of head out a little bit more towards the airport or like the west side, it can be a little bit cheaper. It just depends on the lifestyle you want to live. If you
How
want
about
to live in rent is it depends. Like it really varies. You can get a two-bedder for like 1,500 Singapore dollars, or you could rent a place like what we were paying, which is up more than 5K. But that's like right next to our office. Yeah. So it's like 5K Singapore dollars, but like we would go down, cross the road, and I was at work.
That's so easy.
Yeah. So, and like obviously every one of you has seen the Marina Bay Sands, so that gets pretty expensive.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and
Office with a view.
then once you get out towards the airport, then you can find something around 1,500 to 2. But still, it's still fairly expensive. But if you're sharing, it's all good.
Yeah, I heard if you share, it works out a little bit better for you.
Mm.
Buying a house in Singapore is expensive, though. Yes.
Yes, and also buying a car.
Really? What's the sales tax on it?
Well, before you even get a car, you need to pay for a piece of paper, and that varies in price every year. It's what they call the COE, if I remember what it was. I think it's like a certificate of ownership, something like that, around that. And it's like between 70 to 100K a year that you got to pay.
Holy shit.
Yeah, on top of your car, and then plus the sales tax, which is like 3 to 4 times in Singapore.
That's ridiculous.
So like a Honda Jazz, a Honda Jazz will cost you 150K.
Wow.
I actually heard that they stopped issuing permits completely, like private permits completely. They stopped doing them in Singapore.
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't.
So I don't know if anyone can confirm or deny, but I mean, I'll look it up. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. I haven't been there for a long time now, like over 10 years. So, but during my time, that was the case. And I remember like buying a Honda Jazz would cost you over 100K.
Wow.
That's insane, man. That's insane.
A ton of money just for a Honda.
Yeah, that's why people that had Lambos, they were paying like up to like 1.5 to $2 million for a standard Lamborghini that cost 200 grand.
Yeah, you'd have to have extra money left over to be buying that. No one saves up just the right amount of like to buy a Ferrari. Because, yep, I can afford it now. I just need another $500 and I'm there, done. Next week's pay, straight there. I'll have no lunch for the next week, but I got a car.
Jesus Christ.
Also, what are you talking about, Sean? What are you talking about? Just a Honda. Hondas are sick.
Yeah, Hondas are great, mate.
What are you talking about, man?
Especially a 93 EG. Come on.
Look at his face.
Oh mate, EG Civic. Ooh.
Have you ever driven one?
Dump a K24 or B18
like a little go-kart.
Perfect.
Yeah.
A little go-kart.
Yeah, that's all it is.
You know, there is a Honda car that can beat a lot of the V6s, V8s, V12s out there. I don't think it's for sale. I don't think it's like a commercial or anything. The Honda Atom.
Atom.
It was on.
Oh
Top
yeah,
Gear.
the one.
It was a go-kart
like
a go-kart equipped with this Honda Civic Type R engine, and it was whipping around the track.
Petey, it's called an aerial Atom, and it's got the
Aerial
K20A, a turbo
K20A.
K20A from basically like the Integra Type R, the Civic Type R. All the Type Rs have the K20A, which is like a high revving 4-cylinder 2-liter motor, but it revs to like 9,000 RPM. So, and the thing makes plenty of power. It makes like 200, like I think it's like 270 or 80 horsepower or something like that on an NA 4-cylinder 2-liter, like insane.
Yeah.
So
engine,
yeah,
3-stage.
And basically the go-kart thing that you guys are talking about, the aerial Atom, it's like an exoskeleton car, where it's like the car is just the frame. That's it. Everything's just attached to the frame. There's no body panels, nothing like that.
In a seat and steering wheels.
It's wild.
Yeah,
and the steering wheel.
I just looked at it. It looks fun. It's
like imagine like a 4-wheel motorbike, basically.
But that's the good thing with the Honda engines. They can just keep revving and revving and revving. Like you could go past a red line, tap the needle, do this, and change and shift, and it's still going to keep going.
Mate,
That's
I
it.
live in VTEC.
Number
I'm in
one
the
small
VTEC
engine
zone
maker in the
only.
world.
Yeah.
VTEC only.
VTEC only. Dual overhead cam VTECs.
Dual overhead.
Oh man, this makes me miss my vehicle with a VTEC for sure.
I'm just going through quick questions here. So Lum said, wondering when the Merc will be available in Vietnam. I think we'll wait and see what Singapore has to deliver back on results and feedback when they have that happening for the country. I mean, they're sort of leading in the way of vaccines and normalcy and accepting living with the virus. So we can only wait and see. My mate just said, like, expect another, small outbreak to come. If you guys are just starting to come back, expect it to come back. But got to be resilient and just keep moving forward in the sense of be safe.
Yes.
That's all we can do, I guess.
If you're sick, stay home.
That's it, Shawnee. I saw you sniffing today.
You sick, mate?
COVID.
Just
Little COVID 21,
COVID 21.
Moving on to local COVID news. You guys will be happy with this one. We got 0. On the morning of October 6th, many provinces recorded F0 returning from epidemic areas.
F0, lovely.
Yeah,
And,
has 2 from 9.
Yeah, I mean,
But I
not
mean,
surprising. Like people who actually have COVID going back to those areas.
When let's say someone gets sick, this person gets sick, and then he's coming back, and then he gets tested, and he's sick, coming into Ho Chi Minh. So he's F0 coming into Ho Chi Minh, or is he F0 from where he came from? Because he would have got it from someone else.
Yeah.
Sure.
How does the F0 work? Is it F0 because he's F0 now that he's just come into Ho Chi Minh, or
Returning from epidemic areas.
I think there's a misunderstanding here. I think what they're saying is provinces are recording people who actually physically have COVID at the moment returning into the provinces from other places. So, for example, like maybe there's people who actually physically have COVID returning to the provinces from Ho Chi Minh City.
From Ho Chi Minh. Yes.
Or Binyong or wherever.
Yeah. From the provinces.
I think that's what I was talking about. I could be wrong, but that's what I think it is.
Yeah, well, this article was automatically translated. So.
What is that? Progress of second round of vaccination for cattle and poultry? What vaccination? What the? Vaccinating cows and chickens? What in the shit?
Just in case you eat them all, Sean.
Fucking bastards are ruining my appetite. My meals. I need my COVID chicken.
Yeah, well, it says here, some of these places, recorded 1 more positive. Namdin, Tan Hoa, no cases have been recorded. Yang, 10 cases, 2 cases outside the community. I mean, they're lower numbers now. It's not like it's high numbers like it used to be before. There's a familiar sight for you, Patty. Your favorite. Does everyone have to put their neck back?
Yeah. Because it's gotta go all the way down, mate. If you don't have it, then they're poking up. Just makes it easier.
And,
just like
stabbing into your throat.
Pretty much. Just like the sword swallowers.
It's horrible.
With that free water on the side. Hey, speaking of free water, do you guys notice sometimes when you're riding around, maybe not so much within the city, but when you go a little bit outside, they have some places that have just a big sort of canister of water and one cup that everyone shares to drink out of?
Yeah.
Have you ever drank out of that?
Yes.
Yeah,
I've drank out of that. Yeah.
You have? No.
Yeah.
Of course I have. Come on, this is before COVID, bro.
I'm thirsty. It's probably pretty bad, but I think if you live this long in Vietnam, you can't really get anything too bad.
True. me and Pat used to play ball, and then you get 10, 15 people, locals included, and you chip in to hire the court, but you also chip in money to get this big bucket of iced tea with just ice in there and one cup to share. And everyone between games, they just run by and grab it, you pass it on. Everyone's just drinking.
And the funny thing is when you get the drink, you know how the lid's open. People use their hand to scoop inside. So
they just
so their fingers are dipping in, and they're like
in
their
sweat.
hands. Yeah, exactly. I never drink off it.
I had drink because I felt rude that if he handed it to me, I didn't want to drink it, so I had to drink it. Then I quickly went to shops, got my own water. So if they asked me, I said I got water.
Yeah, now you have a third eye.
I know. No wonder I can sense something behind me. Crazy.
Man.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, QuaranStream Vibes just hangs. Matty's birthday. So if you're on the line, drop him a happy birthday in the comments. And we'll be right back for some more shenanigans. QuaranStream Vibe just hangs your WisePass into your life every day, everywhere. Shonesy, what do you got for us here?
So currently in California is a pretty bad oil spill going on the side of the coast. About 144,000 gallons of oil has been let loose. But yeah, it's pretty serious. Tons of birds and wildlife are dying and coming up on shore. They say it's just from a bursted pipeline, but they're looking into it. Maybe
what do you mean just?
Maybe a cruise liner, or I mean, not a cargo ship. They said maybe one of their anchors were down and might have hit it, but they're looking into it. Yeah, it's a serious thing, and they knew about it 10 hours before, but they were keeping quiet. They kept quiet because they thought they could contain it.
God.
They didn't contain it. So it's these oil spills are pretty bad, anytime that they happen, no matter how big or how little they are. It's a sad.
It's as old as me.
You got the oil fish. Just light it on fire. So yeah, pretty sad thing going on in California. But
What's up with our world today? Like knowing things in advance, but not doing anything or saying anything about it. Seems like that's what everyone is doing.
I think they're just trying to keep it under wraps, but it's impossible when something so big like this is obviously noticeable and obviously will get out. But I think they try to contain it before it gets exploited, but impossible.
Sad. I feel bad for all the fish.
Yeah, hopefully little fishies and little baby Matthiases that are swimming out there will be okay.
Shit. And you got another one too, Sean.
Oh, okay. So usually American news is recently been about COVID and hate, but we're taking it back to what American news used to be about, a fiance and his wife to be, and then somehow she dies. So this is my boy B. Okay, he's not my boy, but I like to call him my boy B.
He looks like you in the picture.
So this is Brian Laundrie, and before, him and his girlfriend had rented a van, and they were doing a whole YouTube traveling across America, going to certain outdoor wilderness spots. And all of a sudden, his girlfriend Gabby Petito, they said they were in Yosemite Park, but prior to that, they were in Wyoming, and the next day they somehow were in Yosemite. And 2 days later, Brian was home in Florida without Gabby. They filed a missing persons report, but Brian had a lawyer. He wasn't talking and didn't say anything. And his parents are like, "Where's Gabby? Where's Gabby?" And then like 3 days later, Brian took off and disappeared. And there was a search for young Gabby's body, and they just recently found it, and she was dead, murdered. And now there is a manhunt for Mr. Brian, aka Young B Laundry. And we even got Dog the Bounty Hunter looking for him. But this is that news that like I feel like used to be in like all the time you would see it in America. But this is, pretty big thing that's been going on recently. And supposedly he's been on like hiking. I forget on what trail, someone said, but there's a giant manhunt trying to find Mr. Brian Laundry.
Damn, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Prior, there was Gabby, I guess, was like, I think she has like some kind of, I don't know, she's a little bipolar, and she was like attacking him, and the police had stopped them, and Brian had like marks on him, and then I'm guessing they like were having a camp out, and she freaked out, and he strangled her or did something horrible, and then he just took off. So now they're not sure if he's alive. They thought maybe he got eaten by gators, but someone said they saw him along a trail. So it's a giant manhunt in America for Young B.
Damn.
Yeah. But very, very interesting. A change of news, which I know it's bad to say this, but it's some different good news for the world to see. It's off topic from all the crazy stuff going on, and something caring and takes people's minds off of everything else. So, but sad, yes, of course. All right, but Gabby.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. I watched a movie recently on Netflix called The Guilty. It stars Jake Gyllenhaal, and he works as a dispatch person at 911. And the amounts of calls that they get through from emergency, from really ridiculous things, from I just fell off my bike and need an ambulance, to I shot my boyfriend, and all sorts of weird stuff. And there was a similar sort of story where he got a little bit, I guess, too hooked into one of the callers, and it was a guy that was kidnapped his girlfriend, and they went for a drive, and she got her phone, she was in the boot and calling him back and stuff like that. So you should watch it. But it's sort of similar to this sort of stuff, ways to track this phone and follow it up and chase on them. So
very interesting.
Have we got a hate comment here?
What does it say?
What is this? A free observation on Vietnam by culturally superior non-Vietnamese? Don't need it, thanks. Okay. I'm Vietnamese, by the way.
Good. Yeah.
A free observation of Vietnam by culturally superior non-Vietnamese. Don't need it, thanks. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool story, bro.
Maybe you know what? Maybe he can understand.
Profile picture checks out.
Yeah.
Just saying, profile picture checks out.
Jerry.
Well,
Thanks for the
cool,
support,
man.
Jerry.
Enjoy your day. God bless.
Thanks for the comment, Jerry.
I think his name is Jerry. No, his first name is McBride.
McBride.
Yeah.
11.
So do check out the Guilty is what it's
The
called.
Guilty.
The Guilty.
Jake Gyllenhaal, huh?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
I really like this weather.
So,
overcast, a little rain.
So even with the viral, I guess the viral stint on Squid Game through TikTok, and it's through its viral entertainment value. They're now also saying, "Damn that bike! It's a three-wheeler." The success of Squid Game illustrates the benefits of globalization and free trade. And what it means by that is, as you can see, like I guess back in the day before Netflix, if you were in America or in Australia, you would only really watch like local films or Western films because it was just easier to sort of understand. Only the very few would dig deep and go for some Jet Li or Jackie Chan,
For sure,
stuff like that. But now look where it's heading. Like, it's a freaking global sensation. Everyone's watching it, and now everyone's even going on about like the fact that because you can put your dubs into any language, your subtitles in any language, and enjoy it that way as well. So good on them. We should take a page out of that. How can we convince Jerry McBride here?
Put him in the games.
Yo, Jerry, non-Vietnamese.
Come and join us on the stream, Jerry.
The Squid Game.
Vietnamese can talk about Vietnamese. Where do you live, Jerry?
Actually,
we should ask Jerry where he lives.
What did we say to ignite that comment?
I don't know. I think he might have just jumped on and saw a stream, and we were talking about Vietnam.
What? How we praise it and how we love it here.
Don't know.
Maybe he mistyped into the wrong chat window. Who knows?
Maybe.
Well, he said free observation. Maybe he wants to pay for it. Well, Jerry, if you don't like free observation, we're happy to take some donations.
Who's got a Patreon here? Post the link right now. Please post the link right now on the screen.
Make one. Let's make one, guys. We should make one.
Let's make a Patreon.
There's a guy on TikTok, and he gives $500 away on all his videos. And the way he does it is he starts like a Venmo account that caps at 500, and people suggest things to do, like, okay, we're all gonna donate. So he gets $1, $2 from people, and once he gets to 500, he goes, "What should I do?" And then people suggest things like, go to the supermarket and sing. Like, obviously he chooses the right people. He goes, sing a Christmas song and see if they finish the song. The first person to finish the song for you, give him 500. Or ask someone if they can loan you $1 to buy water. And then if they loan him $1, then he's like, "Hey, because of your kindness, I'm giving you 500." And he
that's
does
awesome.
That.
That's really cool.
So that's something we could probably look into doing as well.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Well, our another comment goes, "I followed 4 eps. Have you guys watched that?" You talk about Squid Game? If you have, we've finished the entire series. So if you watched yesterday's stream, we had some spoilers.
Don't watch yesterday's stream unless you've seen the whole series, because I think we end up giving a lot of it away. We don't want to do that for you because it's a good show.
Of course.
Ready Player One. Matthias, what do you got planned for the day?
So as soon as we're done here, I've got to run and have a shower because one of my friends has organized a barbecue downstairs here at Golden River, and basically just gonna have some drinks, have some food, and hang out and have a good time. So probably just like a chill Davo. I don't want to have too big a night, given that it is Wednesday, and But
it's your birthday.
Yeah, I think, look, there's going to be time for that later on. I've got plans for the weekend as well as tomorrow night with various barbecues with various people. So yeah, I'm not worried about missing out. Let's put it that way. I think it's going to be more of like a birth month as opposed to a birthday.
When we can for you and Mio as well. Yeah, I've got to prep
hashtag Kane.
Got to prep something for her.
Hashtag fuck freaking Hanoi.
What? What the hell? Where did that come from?
I reckon.
That guy.
Oh, that guy.
The lover, the sponsor.
Ah,
Oh, I thought it came from McBride Jerry.
It's supposed to be Jerry McBride, not McBride.
Jerry McBride. But guys, check this out. On some tech stuff, next mobile world would be on video recording, and iPhone is still ahead of the game. So, you all know I did some tests on the iPhone for its video capabilities. Pretty freaking powerful for what it is. And I think video is going to be the next main feature of a phone that people will want to have, especially on your front camera. For those who use it for Reels and TikTok, because you want that real crisp and clear.
Yeah,
like Pat knows that I do TikToks off my vlog camera because I don't do it off my phone because my phone camera, my current iPhone 8 is not that clear. So I do it off like a camera, and then I obviously upload it from there, and it's super clear. And then Pat's always commenting, and yo, super clear.
Have to.
So
But
it's
yeah,
a war
so-
of video.
That's on that front, but on the other front of phones, Android, and then I know Matyi is an Android, but the Xiaomi here is releasing a new phone. Don't have the translator. I don't know how to translate this, but apparently this is going to be like, it's got a fast charge at 120 watts.
Wow.
That's
super fast charging. Yeah.
super fast, because the iPhone at the moment is only 20.
Yeah.
Snapdragon 888 by the look of it too. That's like a top tier processor as well. So that'll be quick. That'll be blazing fast.
And
144
for
hertz
gaming?
screen by the look of it.
yeah,
So that's like
144.
That's a super fast
Super.
screen. The downside of the really high refresh rate screens is that they chew through the battery. But by the look of it, also 4,500 milliamp battery, which is also big. So this looks like it's going to be a great phone.
Powerhouse.
Yeah, the Black Shark.
Powerhouse, yeah, that's the right way to put it.
Yeah, when I saw that 120 watt, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, all
Super.
of those specs are crazy. Does it say anything about pricing? I mean, I'm guessing it's going to be like $1,000 US.
Not sure. Not sure about pricing. It's a 6.67 inch screen, decent size. 1,300 nits, so good brightness.
Great brightness, yeah.
Yeah.
You really need on a phone for like outdoor stuff.
I mean, for gaming, it's going to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of those gaming phones coming out right now, like specifically made just for
gaming.
like Mobile Legends and all that sort of. Because I know in the Philippines, that's really big. Like you can get a phone for like $100, $100 US, and it's super powerful, and it's specifically made for gaming.
Just gaming phone, huh?
Yeah, and
I
it's
guess a lot of
cheap.
people on the Phils used to play things like Axie Infinity and stuff like that, right? Pat?
Yeah, correct. Axie
Well-
Infinity, Mobile Legends, COD, all of that.
Do you,
Nice that you
like
mentioned
clearly you know
Axie
something about this?
Infinity.
Do you know if there's many people in Vietnam who play Axie?
There is
I'm
now.
looking it up.
There is now, considering that Axie is Vietnamese made.
Yeah, it's a Vietnamese company. I heard that. Yeah, there you go.
Mm.
Vietnam Sky Mavis in the next headline. Who put that up? Perfect timing.
I just put it up. Yeah, perfect time.
Nice work, Petey.
So look at that. Like, they've raised 152 million US in a Series B round that saw participation from Old Mate
Old mate Andreessen.
Andreessen.
Wow.
But yo,
Jeff, Andy,
Yeah.
Trung, and Tu, and Alex, like killing it, guys. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I would
See, the
actually on that. If anyone has a contact or anyone can get a hold of one of these guys, I'm gonna put it out there. We would love to interview one of them and talk to them about Axie. Of course, that's gonna be difficult given that they're like famous now and also rich, but
Very,
it would be
very,
cool. It would be cool to do it.
Axie
the
token
company
price
also
right
said
now
the
is
volume
like
traded on its proprietary NFT marketplace has reached a value of 2.2 billion.
Whew,
Gee.
insane.
So many smooth love potions.
Yep, those SLPs.
Suddenly, these guys are going to get girls.
Suddenly.
I don't know about suddenly, man. Come on.
They can pay for them.
This isn't Sunday roast session, PD.
I know.
True.
Leave it for
It's not
Sunday.
Sunday yet.
Wow, crazy, hey?
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Hey, like back then when we were just playing your simple small consoles, did you ever think gaming could ever be a job
No.
at all?
No.
Although
What about the first-
I think a lot of people made like decent money on farming items in like Diablo and stuff like that. So I mean, this isn't like a brand new thing, but I think the way that it's done with like cryptocurrencies and tokens, I think that's a new thing. But yeah, certainly games. You've been able to make money through games, like through trading or farming for a long time, like decades, maybe a decade, I guess.
Yeah.
Is probably roughly accurate. Patty, chime in if you have more info as well. But I think that's about right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that, Matty. I think it's been going for a while, but it was very specialized in the field. It wasn't as hyped as everything is now. There was a lot of those farming games, especially on PC, that was going on behind the scenes that we don't even know. And there's people making millions off just making a server out of it. So. But now that it's the way moving forward as far as NFTs, play to earn, all these scholars, everyone's jumping on the hype train because you can, it's not easy money, but it's money that could be made if you just put a little bit of time while playing games. Why not, right?
Games for money.
I think it's a fascinating thing, especially for the thing that's like the most interesting for me is that you've got people for who their time they've got lots of time and they've got the ability to do this thing. So, for example, in the Philippines, right, they're playing Axie Infinity, and especially particularly during the pandemic, where it's like, hey, you can't go and work and do like your normal job, or you can't go out and sell food or drinks or whatever it is, but you have the ability to spend your time and energy in playing these games and battling. G'day, Ed. And you're actually like these people that are in potentially like starving or in like bad situations, you're giving them an income, even if it's a small income, even if it's like a slight opportunity, you're still giving them something. You're still enabling like a new thing that's never been done before. So, for that, this is like it's super interesting for me to see people playing a game for pay, playing. Yeah, you understand what I'm trying to say.
Playing a game for pay. Pay to play, baby.
Pay to play, baby.
Pay to pay.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you joined us, QuaranStream Vibes just hangs. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. QuaranStream Vibes just hangs here with the crew. WisePass as well. Every day, everywhere. Happy birthday, Matyi. Happy birthday. Woohoo!
Happy birthday to you.
Barbecue. Not bad. Weather's not too bad. It's just still that gloominess. Probably from the weather as well. What are you guys doing? Sean, Patty?
Chilling, man. Chilling like a villain.
What should we do? Should we go for a ride? Should we go for a ride? I don't know.
Cool.
Sorry.
I mean,
What did you say?
can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, guys. Is
Ed
Macca's
wants to
drive-through open? Is Macca's drive-through open?
That would be nice.
Nuggets.
We'll
We'll have to do like a. We should do when we meet up next week if the working space is ready. We'll get like a chicken nugget mountain. We'll order like a chicken nugget mountain.
Yes.
drizzle sauce. Oh, you know what?
Nugget volcano.
Some people at Starbucks do that in America. The ones that like, if you have a bad customer, like the staff, what they do is they make your latte, whatever. They have the whipped cream on it, and you know when they normally drizzle the caramel over it. So they don't drizzle caramel on it. If you're a bad customer, they take the sweet and sour sauce of the nuggets and they put that over it because it looks like the caramel. So that when you drink it, you get the sweet and sour sauce along with your latte and cream.
That's
Jeez.
effed up, man.
I know.
I can't imagine how. I
Cafe
can't even
sour
imagine how,
sweet.
what that tastes like.
Ugh. So, since Facebook's outage yesterday, did you guys see Mark Zuckerberg's post, like his little
Mr.
apology?
Zuckerberg.
No, show us.
He it was pretty long actually, but he tried to explain himself with let me pull this up. Reasons why, because there was all these, I guess, accusations on what Pat talked about, you know, that there could have possibly been some, I guess, cleansing.
Clearing of the data.
Zuckerberg. There he is.
Birthday, happy birthday.
Good old Marky Mark.
Good old Mark Zucker. All right, so here it is. Yeah, so you just sort of go through it quickly here.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
Bit long for a Facebook
But,
post,
yeah.
hey? How's the engagement
I
on
know.
that?
It's a lot. Even I wrote something. This is what I wrote here. Of course, this is how you're supposed to respond. Imagine not withholding the truth and actually being transparent. Because I mean, they had that whistleblower. Pat, you sent that to us, didn't you?
Yeah.
The lady. Did you guys see that one?
Which
This lady here, Pat sent it. You know, and they were stating how it was all, you know, because they were trying to push all the algorithms were pushing specific posts, hate posts and stuff like that, because apparently that gets more shares and shit like that for.
Yeah. The viewership is
profit.
higher. Yeah.
Viewership is higher.
I mean, I don't think they'd be. Obviously, I know fucking nothing about this, but this is just an opinion. I don't think they'd be deliberately pushing that stuff. I think the algorithm itself just says whatever performs highest, whatever gets people to stay on the website, that's what. Show that one, push that one,
yeah.
and
Agreed.
whatever that is,
But they should-
as long as it's not
they should
against the
still have
law.
guidelines though.
Y-
Because people
Yeah.
were blaming Facebook for like some of the misinformed or the amount of flooded, I guess, riot posts, you know, instigated more rioting during that time.
I mean, it's hard to tell though. Like, how do you build an algorithm to know what's inciting a riot and what isn't? Whereas, on the other hand, like, you know, you can certainly quantify engagement or like stickiness in terms of, you know, how many people react to this, how many people spend time looking at it, how many people click like, how many people share it, how many people, like, you know, react angrily. And clearly that's what's getting the traction, you know, the engagement. That's quantifiable, that's measurable. But like, you know, to be able to quantify or measure the like qualitative, not quantitative data is 1,000 times harder. And I mean, look, the smartest people in the world are working on this, so they have a responsibility to work it out. But I'm just saying, like, you know, that's kind of against their business interest also.
But what about the videos that are violent enough that actually have a graphic video ahead? Do you want to see? How come that gets that option of whether you want to see it or not, but it's allowed to be shown, but you just have to accept whether you're going to be able to see it?
Good question.
You know,
That's a really good question. I've seen most of the stuff that I've seen that has that cover on it is things like motorbike accidents on like some of the motorbike groups that I'm part of and stuff like that. But other than that, like I can't remember seeing sort of too much other than that. Like too much inappropriate things or like things that I wouldn't want to see. I don't know. I mean, what have you guys seen that has been covered up that you've clicked like see video and like what has it normally been?
People
I've seen
getting
a shooting,
shot.
like a drive-by shot.
Instagram, it's a lot of killings.
I remember there was a lot of Aussie Facebook content that we couldn't share. I think this was. Do you remember that, Pete? It was like a couple of months back, where someone from our friends in Australia would post something or would share a news article, but we couldn't share it or we couldn't see it. It was being blocked for people that was overseas.
So it was like shadow banned kind of thing.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Well, the link wouldn't even show up for us.
I had one of those a little while ago, actually. I mean, I guess that's a similar kind of idea. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys remember, like back in like kind of like the depths of the pandemic, I was talking to you guys about a Twitter thread which talked about the VTV documentary about like the situation in the hospitals here.
Yes.
And about how dire it was and sort of like you know just how tragic some of the stories were. So I shared that link on my personal Facebook and it came up as like it's still there now, but like literally 0 comments, 0 likes, like nothing, zero engagement, and no one else can see it. And it's not like inappropriate, and I don't think it's against the terms of service. I wasn't banned for it. It wasn't deleted, like nothing. But it's just literally just not shown to anyone. So I guess that's a similar sort of deal to what you're talking about, Patty.
Yeah.
Shadow ban.
Yeah. Well, it's harder to I guess. Have you noticed that even on your own Facebook and your own friends list, whatever you post, especially on the list of people that live here, don't see it. They won't see it, or it won't go through their newsfeed unless you tell them.
Correct.
I don't know whether things are shadow banned or the way the algorithms work, but I did read somewhere if you're someone that's a little bit more niche in what you post, like if you're a gardener and you're always only posting, you know, plants and how to do's this and all that sort of stuff, you will be more likely to reach that. But if you start doing variety of stuff, it doesn't really push you anywhere. You know, like one day you might be posting about your car, next day you're doing a travel thing. You don't get that same push if you just stay on the one topic. So I know it's localized because my mate, he does a cooking show in Australia. He's a DJ and does a cooking show, and he just posted a video. And sometimes we chat. And he goes, "Yo, did you see my latest post?" And I said, "No, not yet." And he goes, "I just posted it." And I refreshed my page. It didn't come up. I had to go to his actual profile, and he's in Australia. And then I saw it, and I watched it like that.
Yeah.
And I also noticed that when I went back to Australia in 2020, when I posted, I'm in Brisbane now, blah, 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 more people from Brisbane like that post than people in Vietnam. And the majority of my followers and friends list is Vietnamese. And it's because I'm in Australia now. So why would the Vietnamese need to know that I'm there? I guess that's how it works.
It's weird. It should be allowed for everyone, no matter where you are.
I mean, I guess it's just connecting you with more people on your list, with your locality as well, your current locality. What if Matt goes out and checks himself into barbecue Bintan specifically? I'm sure anyone on his list goes, "Yo, are you down the course right now? I'll come down and see you."
I'm on the way.
I mean, the algorithms are getting pretty crazy now, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, as far as censorship, as far as how it's spreading out information, like these developers and these tech guys the coders that's writing these algorithms is just, it's mind-blowing what they can do with it. Do you also think, guys, I don't know whether you think this, but with the coders, would it be done by like bots?
The coding?
Chance of that
I reckon that's probably still manual.
Yeah, an actual machine that you know, like a coder will encode it to a machine, and the machine will just go. Because in trading, in finance, it's already done. Like bot trading is already done, where you put in your specific, you know, instruments and the stuff that you want to be pulled out. But I don't know, maybe this could be done as well. So. Machines, the machines.
Mate, I think when they start coding for us, we're doomed. I'll tell you that.
Doomsday.
Machines.
Doomsday for sure. But we're actually, you know what? That's a good topic. We should talk about AI tomorrow and the pros and cons of. Let's put a
Thursday tech tomorrow.
technology to be doing everything for us because we're getting lazy. Do you think it's going to get to the point where
I may be a little dusty tomorrow, so I'll try and contribute something intelligent, but there's entirely a possibility that it won't be that intelligent.
acceptable? Don't worry, acceptable.
I'll just be like,
is that Ed?
That is Ed.
Oh, is it Ed?
That's Chinky Ed.
Mate,
Hello, mate.
Today.
Going downstairs.
How are you, Ed?
Ed, what are you
Sounds
drinking?
like the party's about to get started.
Are you drinking already, Ed? Far out. Mad invite, bro. Thanks.
Mad invite.
Tell us what Ed's drinking. Ed, what are you drinking? Show us.
No, just soju, really. That's all.
Straight off the
Why is it
bottle.
in a plastic bag? Why is it still in a plastic bag?
He's keeping it old school, you know. You gotta
Surely
wrap
it should be in a brown paper bag at least, right?
Yeah, brown paper
At
bag
least.
at least.
Far out.
That's so old.
Damn,
Well-
soju straight out of a bottle. I love it. You degenerate.
What do you think of Pat? What do you think of CB Indian popping off today?
It's going
Up and
down
down.
a little bit. It's going down a little bit. Don't FOMO into it,
Mate,
mate.
just don't look into it. You're supposed to just leave it there and just live life. Come back in 10 years, your coins will be up. Don't worry.
Let it ride.
That's the dream.
Let it ride. Let it ride.
Take some
Well,
profits
ladies
on
and
the way.
gentlemen, thanks for joining us for a wonderful Wednesday hump day as we
Special
take you
Bambi
away
Matyi's birthday.
from Bunmi Matthias's birthday. One last time. Go to the English part of it. This is the English part for you.
On this day all together we'll be, and we'll all sing for your birthday. 1, 2, 3, we blow out the candles. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And happy birthday to you.
QuaranStream Vibe just hangs. Thanks for joining us today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Take care of yourselves. Peace.